Hello everybody and welcome back to Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, the Lost Planeswalker, and today we're going to be talking about all the commanders that were spoiled for Modern Horizons 3. Very excited to see these guys. So let's dive right in with the Graveyard deck. We have Dis the Relentless and Korum the Undertaker. So Dis here is 2 black, red, green legendary creature human scout with when a Lurgoyf permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it onto the battlefield. Then whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf token. Very cool here. This is a very fun commander that takes a lot of fun out of those Lurgoyf cards. You know, I think in total there's like 12 or 16 Lurgoyf permanents in total, so I know we're going to get a ton printed for this deck. And whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf token. That's insane. You know, this is going to be a heavy mill deck. Put those Lurgoyfs directly on the battlefield and just get as many of them as possible. Probably some Anthem effects. This is going to be a really fun deck, and I know a lot of people are going to be excited because those Lurgoyfs are just so weird. But next, we have Korum the Undertaker, 1 black, red, and a green legendary creature human warrior. With Korum the Undertaker gets +X/+0, where X is the greatest power among creature cards in all graveyards. Whenever Korum attacks, each player mills a card, and during each player's turn, you may play a land or cast a spell from among cards in graveyards that were put there from their libraries this turn. Pretty cool card. I like this. This is not a ability we typically see in Jund. We recently got this in the Fallout decks as Dimir, so obviously that black tie-in graveyard stuff is, you know, all that. But I really like being able to take advantage of attacking, dealing damage, and then be able to cast stuff from your opponent's graveyards. Very cool. You know, obviously the Undertaker here is gonna give you some goodies for putting stuff in the bin. So the next commander deck we have is the Simic deck. We have Ohm, Queen of Vesuva, and Jyoti, Mogg Ancient. Have no idea if I said either of those right, but Ohm, Queen of Vensa is 2 hybrid green blue legendary creature shapeshifter noble. When Ohm, Queen of Vensa enters battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types, and each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. This is something we've never seen before, and I'm so excited for it. We have a lot of cards, especially in Simic, that care about different creature types or land types, and I just can't wait to see what other cards we get from this deck, because this is a very, very cool ability that is pretty unique. The other co-commander of this deck is Jyoti, Mogg Ancient, 2 green-blue legendary creature elemental with when Jyoti, Mogg Ancient enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green forest dryad land creature token for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone in this game. At the beginning of each combat, land creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Jyoti's power. So I was trying to brew this instantly when I saw it, and the 2 things I thought you need to do with it are you need to put some blink spells in this deck so that you can cast this and then it'll re-enter the battlefield later, making you more of those land creatures, but just some way to sack this in order to cast it over and over again, because you want to get as many triggers as you can, so when you blink you make as many land creatures and make a big board of that. You know, in addition, you can fill those up with other land creatures. So pretty interesting effect here. Not what I was expecting from the Simic deck at all, so I'm very excited to see what we get here. So the next deck we're looking here is the Energy deck, and the 2 cards we have here are Satya, Aetherflux Genius, and Kath, Famed Mechanist. Satya, legendary creature, human artificer, menace haste. When it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to 1 other target non-token creature you control. You get 2 energy. At the beginning of the next end step, sack that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. This was another really interesting play mechanic I didn't expect to see. So basically, we get a lot of creating these tokens that are going to get sacked from red. You get that energy. If you have enough energy, you can just keep that token around. Now, it needs to be a non-token creature, so you can't just make a ton of tokens if you don't have the original creature on the board, so that's a way your opponents can stop you. But yeah, get a bunch of your best things and get a whole lot of benefit, especially in an energy deck. There's a lot of creatures that create energy when they enter, so this is going to be a really cool way to just kind of create a bunch of additional tokens of stuff. Then Katha here is legendary creature Dwarf Artificer with Fabricate 1, and other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1. So Fabricate basically says that either whenever a creature enters and enters with a +1/+1 counter, or you make a 1/1 servo creature token. So second ability here, 2 tap, choose 1. You can either populate or proliferate. So really a interesting way you can build with this deck. If you want to go wide, you can go wide and populate your board, or if you want to go big, you can proliferate, or both. White here has a bunch of things that let you put a ton of counters on all your creatures, so there's definitely a good strategy to go wide, then go big, and it seems pretty straightforward, but I really like this. Not only does it give you some, ways to populate, which is a very fun mechanic. I really like that they're embracing. These colors have some of the best large creatures token-wise that you can get, so making multiple versions of that. But just proliferating up your board seems really powerful. And lastly here, but not least, obviously, we have the Eldrazi deck with Ulalek Fused Atrocity, or Azlask the Swelling Scourge. So Ulalek here is a colorless white, colorless blue, colorless black, colorless red, or colorless green leisure creature Eldrazi with Devoid, meaning it's colorless. Then whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you may pay 2 colorless mana. If you do, copy all spells you control, then copy all other activated and triggered abilities you control. You may choose new targets for the copies. So this means you're doubling up your Eldrazi spells, you're doubling up all activated and triggered abilities of Eldrazi on the board and casting for just 2 colorless mana, which is disgusting. One of the other cards we got spoiled on this set is, I believe, an Ulamog card that just exiles half of your opponent's library. Now, what if you did that twice? Seems pretty good to me. There's any number of Eldrazi that are just disgusting to have 1 copy of, let alone their abilities. Now, do that again. Very cool, very powerful. I'm thinking a lot of people are going to want to get this deck. But the co-commander is no slouch either. Azlask the Swelling Scourge, 3 generic, legendary creature Eldrazi with whenever this or another colorless creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. Bring back those experience, they are going to be very difficult to remove. They're going to be very difficult to play against because they can't be removed. White, blue, black, red, green, creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Scions and Spawns you control gain Indestructible and Annihilator 1 until end of turn. This is a really cool commander I am very excited about. Not the Annihilator 1. That, I think, is too far. But creating Scions and Spawns is one of those things Eldrazi do, and really there's no use for them. Obviously, the Spawns, I think, make the mana, so you could always just cast spells and then get more mana to cast bigger Eldrazi. That was kind of the whole benefit of them. But now they gain Indestructible, you buff them up, they get Annihilator 1, and most importantly here, you can just sack the Spawns that sack themselves to make mana, and you get more and more experience counters. So you're making mana, gaining experience counters, and being able to cast more spells to get more and more and more. So this is a snowballing effect that is super strong. But with that, I just like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed kind of my quick takes on these. These just came out. It's day of. I'm just going to try and get this video out as soon as possible. So, I really appreciate you sticking around to the end watching this. Please consider leaving a comment down below and telling me what deck you're most excited for based on these commanders, or what commander in general you're just most excited for. In addition, if you would leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. In today's Scryfall card of the day is Glaze Fiend. Before the Zealots of the Aether Sworn came to power, Esper Illusionist dreamed up creations to mimic a variety of substances. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.